you're looking to minimize your EDC or everyday carry, you're probably looking at some of the Magsafe wallets for the iPhone 12. If you go through your wallet, you're probably going to think like, oh, this is expired. I don't even use this anymore. Oh, I don't even know where I got this card. I might have stole this from somebody. While it does look and feel amazing, the licensed Apple wallet is $50 US. I've gathered 2 of the highest ranked generic options on Amazon that retail for around the $20 mark. That's satisfying. It's like a little diving board for my finger. And we're going to find out if the genuine Apple wallet warrants that $50 price point. Let's get it. Oh boy. Shopping for a new wallet's pretty complicated. What's not complicated is using the sponsor of today's video. You just built a PC. Sweet. You shouldn't have to sell your firstborn child or take out a loan to get a Windows 10 key. Nothing's more frustrating than staring at an ugly watermark and having locked features on your operating system. I've been on the prowl for a source to get authentic Windows 10 keys for quite some time. We're doing a few custom PC builds on this channel in the very near future, and best believe CDKoffers.com is where we're getting our authentic Windows 10 keys. Microsoft wants $200 for a Windows 10 Pro key. No thank you, sweetheart. But wham bam, thank you ma'am. $20 US? That sounds a whole heck of a lot better. Check out, it's super easy. I have half a brain cell and I'm able to figure it out. Enter code Stallions for 20% off because I take care of those in the stable. Oop, hitting enter doesn't work. You gotta click apply. Bam, 1606. That's a Big Mac meal, boys. At the checkout screen, you'll be given a code. You're gonna type in activation right here, and then you're gonna change your product key right here, paste that bad boy that you got from their website right there. If you're not activated, period, it's a brand new motherboard, then right here at the bottom, it will prompt you to activate. In a world where more and more vendors are accepting Apple and Google Pay, it's not unlogical that you can get by with just 2 or 3 cards on you. However, a lot of people can't do that if you have your debit card, maybe a couple of your favorite credit cards, your license, maybe a military ID to get on base, maybe a library card if you know how to read. I don't have that problem. Maybe a concealed carry card if you like to pack a bang bang McShooty. Instead of actually using the 3 cards that I carry on a day-to-day basis in these minimalist Magsafe wallets, which would be my license, my American Express, which is my go-to credit card, and then my Navy Federal debit card, which have my personal information on them, such as my license and credit card numbers. So we're just gonna use these burner cards here. I guarantee none of these are going to be able to fit all of these cards. Now these are rated for 2 cards and 3 cards. However, some of them fit a little more or less than are advertised. Now I want to talk about a couple of things here. One would be the build quality, if you want to call them that, meaning the quality of the leather or materials used. And that also goes in conjunction with how it integrates with the actual MagSafe on the back of your phone. Does it snap into place? Does it knock off and fall on the floor? That'd be a big problem. Secondly, how easy is it to actually access your cards with the mechanisms that they have to get to your cards? And then finally, the value or the bang for buck factor here, considering the iPhone wallet is $50 for a little leather wallet with a magnet in it. So we have my black iPhone 12 here, which looks badass, but is a fingerprint magnet. So I've been rocking as my daily driver for the last 3 weeks, the authentic Apple wallet. Now that is the only one that when you snap it on the back of the phone, you get this little chime that plays, and then it shows you that little circular logo there letting you know, hey, we know you spent 50 bucks on an authentic Apple product. Good for you. So I will say, out of all of these here, this is the nicest, softest, most supple leather. I think they have a great color palette available. Pictures on screen here. I really like this kind of saddle brown look. It goes very, very good with the black, and side point, it actually goes with the exterior and interior of my car. So that's nice. I mean, the stitching just feels the highest quality, but does it warrant $50? We'll get to that in just a minute. So this is advertised for 2 cards. However, I have been carrying my license and 2 credit cards on the daily, and they fit in there pretty easily and are able to actually slide out quite easily. If you try and squeeze in 4, it starts stretching the leather in an uncomfortable way for the wallet and uncomfortable for you to get your wallet out of there. I actually had to grab a pair of pliers from the garage to get them out of there. Now, I do have to caveat or mention this, that it will depend a lot if you're just using flat cards like licenses or library cards, or if you have something like a credit card that has embossed or raised numbers on it. If you have 2 or more of those, just count that as an extra card because that actual lettering raises the card up quite a bit. Now, as for packaging and included accessories, which I know doesn't matter too much, but it's worth a mention. Of course, the authentic Apple product is going to have a very nice little, it's going to have a very, very nice premium packaging experience designed by Apple in California. Very clean, white, sterile design in there, and your wallet sitting there in a beautiful presentation with your documentation in this little sleeve. Again, 50 bucks. The Spigen over here is $28, and the generic is $22, or SPG, I think the brand is for this bad boy. They will be linked in the description below. So this one is advertised for 2 cards as well. And the packaging isn't terrible. I mean, it was wrapped in this little plastic condom here, and then it had this leather divider in here to simulate 2 cards. That's satisfying. It's like a little diving board for my finger. And then this bad boy, you're probably wondering, Kevin, why is there no box there? Because it came in a dime bag. It's going to lose a couple of points for that. No, not really. I don't really care about the packaging. I care about more so how many cards can it hold? How easy is it to get my shit out of there when I'm trying to pay so I'm not fumbling around getting people yelling at me behind me in line? And does it feel and smell like rich cow's hide? So with the Apple Wallet, I would have to say yes, incredibly comfortable, incredibly smooth, and smells like a cow's tuchus, a cow's rump. Also, you have that little Apple logo embossed in there that you can kind of feel raised with your thumb. It's just a nice experience overall. I know it's super bougie, but most Apple users are. You know, a lot of people that buy a $870 phone or more if you got the Pro version, or even more if you got the Pro Max, aren't really going to sweat a $50 wallet too much, and they're going to like that little satisfying circle of death that you get on the screen every time you flip it on there. Now, as for getting your cards out of the Apple Wallet, it's not the greatest. You actually have to remove the wallet and then use this slide in the back here. And like I said, it's advertised for 2 cards, but I've had 2 embossed cards and then a flat card in there, no problem. And that is actually all I need to carry because I have the place I go to doesn't support Apple Pay. Now, I gotta say, a major downside to these kind of wallets here, these Magsafe clip-on wallets, none of them hold bills. I guess you could tuck some dollars in there, but they'd be very hard to get out, and they don't have like a money clip or a Velcro strap like a lot of the minimalist wallets, which, by the way, subscribe if you are interested in minimal wallets because I have 11, 12? At least 10 minimalist wallets sitting in my closet back there, the highest ranked under $50 minimalist wallets from Amazon, and I will be reviewing those, comparing them side by side in the very near future. But these will get you by. I mean, this is all I've been carrying wallet-wise for the last 3 weeks, and for somebody that traditionally, over the last couple decades, has carried a bi- or tri-fold thick leather wallet with way more cards than I even needed, if you go through your wallet, you're probably going to think like, oh, this is expired. I don't even use this anymore. Oh, I don't even know where I got this card. I might have stole this from somebody. You're not going to use half the crap in there. If you have like a license, then one other piece of identification, like I said, maybe a military ID, maybe a concealed carry permit, maybe a medical marijuana card, something like that, and then just your one debit card, and then you have your credit cards on Apple Pay. Almost all vendors nowadays do support Apple Pay. If they don't have the machine for it, you can just ask them, and they will say, I can type in your number manually, and you look it up on your phone, and you read it out to them. Takes forever and it pisses off the people behind you, but they can fuck off anyway. Now, as for the Spigen over here, I don't know what material this is. I don't think it's authentic leather. If it is, it's very, very hard. It's almost like a plastic or something. It doesn't feel very good to the fingers. It does have grains on there, which give you the impression that it is leather, but it does not feel or smell like leather whatsoever. You do also have this little pass-through on the back to slide your cards up, and then you do have a little cutout in the bottom here, which does work relatively good. However, when you are at that 3-card limit, which they advertise 2, but if you squeeze 3 in there, which you can, this gets pretty much unusable, and you pretty much have to use the back, as you can get more leverage with your thumb to slide up cards like that. It is also a nice velvety soft material here, so you have no worries of scratching the back of your overpriced iPhone, so that's super cool. And then the generic over here. This actually feels almost identical to the Apple. It's very soft, very smooth, very supple, and does have a very satisfying leather smell. Granted, this one I've only used for a couple days, and this one I've used for 3 weeks, so maybe some of the leather smell has absorbed into my fingers here, but that smells super good. And one of the cool features of this little bad boy here, it does have some cons, but one of the cool features is this actually doubles as a magnetic stand as well. And yes, you can use your phone both, get off there. Oh, that's some good magnets in there. Both landscape and portrait as well, which is super duper cool if you're trying to watch a little movie or something. Oh, my camera just popped up. Okay, I'll take some pictures like that for the B-roll. I got it right in the B-roll. As for getting cards in and out of this bad boy, here, let's move some of these over here. Again, see right there, that wasn't even convenient to use that. I ended up just using this back flap here. Okay, 3 is very, very tight, and getting your cards out, there's literally no cutout, no pass-through. You just have to have your cards hidden like that, and then you pull this down, and you are able to pull your cards out the top. But it really wasn't that difficult. You could probably even squeeze in a 4th card, but it would be a little a little bit of a stretch. Again, that depends on if the cards are embossed or not. These are all smooth cards. I would say 4 smooth cards, or maybe 2 smooth cards and 1 embossed, something like that. But yeah, getting to your cards is super inconvenient on this one because, check this out. To get to your cards, and by the way, I think this one has the weakest magnet out of all of them, but to get to your cards, when you go to do this, okay, I didn't do it that time, but a lot of times it'll move the wallet around, and then definitely when you go to grab your card, okay, it's making me look like a big old fool. It's working great now. Pay the vendor. Thanks, sir. There we go. Okay. See, I did have to apply a good amount of force to have that fall out, but also I did have an incident at Pensacon where I did drop this on the floor. And the magnets are good on this one and everything, but I think I was excited. I was about to have a photo opportunity with James Reamer, big old fan. And I think I just popped my phone out to show the QR code for the receipt of the, photo op or whatever. And it got caught on my short shorts, and I guess just kind of knocked it off, which is crazy because this is a pretty strong magnet. Like, this really isn't going anywhere. But yeah, it fell on the floor. Luckily, a nice couple behind me, and they're like, "Sir, did you drop this little leather doodad McDoohickey?" So getting down to the conclusion here, would I say the Apple Wallet is worth $50? I would say yes. It is my favorite out of these, even though I think for the next generation, the next iteration of this, Apple does need to add a little cutout right here. But if they use the same material, the same high quality magnet in there, which does give you that satisfying chime and circle. I know that's something stupid, but I think Apple owners really care about that. And then maybe expanded the capacity to an advertised 3 cards, which we all know we could squeeze 4 in there. And then maybe even added like a little clip on the side or something, like just a little clip right here that you could squeeze a couple bills in or something. That would be super dope. The Apple Wallet 2, designed not in California by Apple, designed in Florida by Kevin. I do think it's worth the $50 considering the next foreseeable many generations of iPhones are going to have Magsafe. Magsafe isn't going anywhere. In fact, that is going to be the new norm for charging on the Pro models next generation, and then the next 1 to 2 generations after that, Apple's completely going to do away with the charge port, and you are going to be using Magsafe magnetic chargers. Which, by the way, I have 3 of those, an authentic Apple mag charger, overpriced, and then 2 other magnet chargers, which we're going to compare, kind of like we're doing here with these wallets. And I also have another one for like pop sockets and random accessories. So if you're an iPhone user with the MagSafe, you already know that subscribing is what needs to be done. So this one has the least capacity in the magazine. It only carries 2 rounds, 2 cards in there. Not great. If you do stuff it to the gills with 3 cards, it's not usable. If you do what the manufacturer recommends, which we never do, it is still usable, but most likely you're going to do what you do with the Apple case and magnet it off and use this right here. I do like that it's velvety on the back here. The material, polymer, this is made out of like, this is like what a Glock is made out of. This is like polymer here. Yeah, leather probably shouldn't sound like that. Now, this is kind of cool because it does double as a case, but the biggest downside with this one is when it is on the back of your phone and you go to grab your phone, because you're going to feel this thing constantly when you're holding your phone. And with the Apple Wallet and with this one, it actually makes it easier to get a good grip on your phone, because it makes it a little thicker and it gives a little bit of texturing on the back instead of slick plastic. You actually get like a little bit of like grippy leather that you can grab onto. You guys know what I'm talking about if you have these wallets. It makes it easier to like grab your phone, especially if you rock no case like your boy. It does not feel good on the sides at all. It's like scratchy and some ASMR for you guys. It just doesn't feel good whatsoever. Also, getting your cards out, it worked good for the video, but in practice, this thing has popped off and slid around so many times trying to get my cards out, and I wish that on this side they did have like a little cutout or something to make it easier to get your cards out. That'd be great. Again, the material does feel and smell super good on this one. This has 3 cards in it right now, and it is not hard to get these in and out. As far as capacity is concerned, it's just the design of how they want you to get the cards in and out. What the fuck is going on here? There we go. Harder to get them in than it is to get them out. But the fact that this is also a stand is really cool. So if you are in the market for something that's kind of a multi-tool, does a little bit of everything, that is kind of cool. You know, speaking of which, I do wish that with these mag accessories, there was an additional magnet on the back, because I have a MagSafe pop, why did my voice do that? I have a MagSafe pop socket that I like to use sometimes too, but I have to take off my wallet and pop that on there. as would be nice to just slap that on the back of it. And before you know it, you got like 13 accessories on your phone, like Magsafed out. It's not really practical, but you could do it. So my final verdict, if you want the most premium feeling, authentic experience with the strongest magnet, feels the best on your hand, and has the most color options available, and gives you that cool little Apple pop-up on your screen when you plug it in, and you don't care about carrying anything more than 2 embossed and 1 slick card, then the Apple's a good buy. Not a great value, but it's a good buy, because it'll, again, last you for... It's a leather wallet. It should last for a freaking lifetime. And like I said, iPhones from now on are going to have MagSafe. This isn't just like Apple being like, well, we're going to do it on the 12, and then the 13, we're going to get rid of MagSafe. Like, no, this is a new feature that is going to be on iPhones for, like, the foreseeable future. So again, this wallet will last you, and, you know, if you look at, like, traditional buy and trifold leather wallets, they're more expensive than $50 a lot of times, so... this, I can't really recommend this one at all. It just, the material's ass, and it's the snuggest. Using my 3 daily cards, it was like almost impossible, and this cutout is like virtually useless. This one's kind of cool. It is the cheapest. It does feel almost identical to the Apple material and width-wise, and the only downside of this, the 2 downsides would be how it actually feels on your hand when you're grabbing your phone on the sides. If they were to just use a different material on the sides or seal this seam up a little bit better, I think that'd be great. And add a cutout right here, and that would fix this issues, and this would 10 out of 10 be my recommendation. I would say screw the other 2. But again, getting them out, you have to like fold this down and then pull them out the top. The times I have used it, it wasn't very convenient for me. Not these fingers, ladies. Another interesting factoid here, if you have only a couple of bills folded rather thinly, so not like folded 30 times over, but you just fold a bill 3 or 4 times over, you can actually use this as a makeshift money clip. So that is cool. This is technically a 3-in-1. It's like a money clip, which is included on most minimalist wallets anyway, but you can snap in a couple bills in there, as this does magnet shut, like that, and then also like that. There's magnets in here. You could literally snip a couple of bills in here. If you have a fat wad, it'll fall out. It won't hold it. But if you have like a couple of small bills, just snap them in there like that. You have to be careful, because when you go to grab your card, your money's just going to come popping out. So that's not really ideal, but you could use it as a money clip as well. I feel like I've been rambling in this video. The Apple product, it's expensive, but it's also very nice. Sounds like most Apple products. Holy shit, little groin buster. The old Spigen, we can just pretend that we never saw the Spigen. Yeah, so if you're balling on a budget, get this bad boy. Big baller shot collar, as the kids say. You get the iPhone wallet. They have a shitload of colors. IMO, or in my opinion, the saddle brown, especially with like the black or the dark blue, muy caliente. That's going to do it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more people, so this information can reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you Stallions and Stallionettes in the next video. And if you didn't already subscribe all those times that I teased you about upcoming videos, go on ahead and do it now. And thank you for your support. Peace.